welcome to Craft Little Things. I'm Andrea, thanks for joining me. Today I'm doing a mini haul from Stampin Up. I just wanted to show you some of the staples that I kind of tend to always include in my order. And they're kind of, when you have to do a staple order, it's never much fun because it tends to consist, mine consists of dimensionals, a few packs of these, a couple of packs of spare trimmer blades, some few Tombos, and Whisper White cardstock. And when it comes, well, when you're making your order, you think, oh, that's so boring. So you do sort of get tempted to put other stuff in. But these are my sort of essentials, and these are things that I have to make sure I've got all the time. And I try never to run out of. So any order I'm placing, if I am placing a much bigger order, I still add these into it, just so that I'm not paying postage and packing for these separately. And if I am just ordering these, I do tend to be tempted to put something else in. And that's what's happened this time. I've needed some Whisper White, I've needed Tombow dimensionals. I use dimensionals a lot. I don't use any other sort of sticky pads other than the mini dimensionals, which I don't use very often. Yeah, so I use quite a lot of these. And you get quite a lot in a pack there. You get 3 sheets to a pack. And people do tend to send each other these as gifts and stuff anyway. So I do kind of get them quite a bit like that. Tombows, I usually have at least 3 full ones in stock and 2 in my Tombow station. So I have like 5, 3 in reserve and 2 on the go at any one time. But sometimes that goes out of the window, especially like recently. My daughter was here, we did a scrapbook project and we used sort of a couple of full Tombows, so I got a little bit behind, and I did get caught short a few weeks back as well when I'd used a lot for a card making kind of marathon. So that's what I tend to try and do with Stampin' Dimensionals. When I go, I never really get to the point when I'm opening my penultimate pack, if you like. So when I go to open a new pack and I've only got 1 pack left, then I tend to chuck a couple of packs into my order. And with blades, I keep my spare blades underneath my trimmer, and when I've just got 2 left in the little compartment under my trimmer, then I order some more. And I usually order, I don't know, 4 or whatever, just so that I don't run out, because once the blades don't last very long at all, and when they start to run out, when they start to get blunt, they start to drag your paper and they make it all fuzzy at the ends and it looks awful. And sometimes that doesn't take long. When we were doing a scrapbook project, I started with a new blade, and by the end of the scrapbook project I had to change it before I'd even finished the scrapbook project, so they really don't last very long. That was like 1 evening, so yeah, that was a bit of a pain. And the basic Whisper White cardstock, this is just the normal weight. You get 40 sheets in a pack, and it does tend to last quite a while. And I do have a couple of packs on the go. I'll have one in my... Sorry, I'm absolutely full of cold. I have one in my office and I have a couple in the craft room that, are always sort of on the go. So it's rare that I run out, but I have run out of it before. The other thing I usually get is the 12 by 12 black cardstock, but Stampin' Up don't do 12 by 12 basic black anymore. And I'm absolutely horrified. I'm like, what? Because a lot of scrapbookers use this to cover their books and everything, and the 12 by 12 really comes in handy because you can get some nice long pieces out of it, some deep long pieces out of it. So it's a real shame that they don't do it anymore. And to be honest with you, it's very hard to get hold of, even with other brands, because you want the stuff that, that's black all the way through. You want really good quality that's not going to crack, and it's, when you're using it to make the outside of binders and stuff. So yeah, it's really unfortunate that they've stopped, and I didn't even realise. They obviously stopped it when the new catalogue came out in June, but I thought it became part of the basics range, or whatever it's called, the neutrals range, and it didn't. So there just isn't any. So and it's, I think it kind of shows, because when I went to the range, they didn't have any either. They didn't have any, even have any A3 black, because obviously if you can't get 12 by 12, you buy the A3 and cut that down. It's just so hard to get hold of. So I think that was a bit of a mistake, really, but we'll see if that comes back. What else did I get? Oh yeah, I picked up, blimey heck, it's cold, just come out of nowhere. I picked up some more of these stamping markers from Stampin' Rights from the clearance rack. I think these are just £1 something. I think it was £1.80 or something. And I know that the brown, the chocolate chips retired, but the Tranquil Tide hasn't. And it's always handy to have a brown. And I thought, I've got a couple of packs of these in the clearance rack when I did my clearance rack haul, but I thought I'll get some more because they're really good value and they're nice little gifts to give to somebody. And they're nice little tasters of how good the pens are as well, and how, you know, nice the inks are and how they sort of coordinate. So they're nice little teasers to give to people to get them used to the product, the quality of the product. Another thing I popped into this order because, like I said, it was supposed to be about basics, but it ended up... I'm just going to have to grab myself a tissue because I'm going to use a baby wipe. Another thing, yeah, I popped into this was because even though it was a basics order, like I said, when you're placing the basics order, you think, I may as well pop something else in, even if that's to make up to a certain value, or if it's just like, you know, you think, well, wow, I'm paying the postage, I may as well put something else in. So I got myself this Making Everyday Bright stamp set, which is from the Autumn Winter catalogue. And even though, I mean, this one is suitable for all occasions. There's two versions of this, and there's a punch that goes with the little lantern bulbs, which for some reason I didn't put in the tray. I did want, and I didn't put it in, so I'm going to have to order that next time. But yeah, these are suitable for all occasions, you know, not just for Christmas. There's sort of autumnal, there's acorn, fir cones, there's tropical leaves, there's one there with balloons on. That's kind of, I think that's like a nautical theme, flowers, penguins, that's nice for sort of wintry cards that aren't Christmas themed. There's a little two-step stamp there to go with the tropical stamp. Halloween, there's some with spiders and cobwebs on. Easter, there's a little bunny coming out, and just a normal regular light effect there. There's the blocked in light there, and there's a Christmas sort of themed one. And obviously this is, I think this is the stamp to go over that. So it was a two-step stamping. Then you've got the little bow and the heart, and I think that must be the two-step for the hat there. That's the second step for the egg. That's just a clover leaf, so I suppose that's for St. Patrick's Day, so if you wanted to do lots of green ones. There's just sort of a heart's exploding, which is obviously the light shining, so it can go around the edge. And this one's just like a regular shining light. There's a little sort of pull, sort of turn on for the lights. There's a little stamp to do the base, if you wanted to do the base of the light bulb. There's again a little nautical sort of thing. I think that's, I suppose that's a little, again, a little base for the light, especially if you want to look at like it's strung up. And then there's like, obviously a string, and then there's like a little row of random stars for some reason. So yeah, it's just so cute. And I thought, yeah, I can do all sorts with that. And like I say, I could use, the other one is just sort of a Christmas themed one, but this one is like an everything themed one. So I've got a feeling this one might carry over into the autumn winter catalogue with the punch, hopefully, because it is an all seasons, all events kind of thing. Then I got some DSP that I've not managed to pick up yet. I do normally get every DSP because I normally do a paper share, but I did ask if anyone wanted to do one. Nobody really seemed to be interested, so I thought, well, okay, I'll just go it alone then. So what I've done is, instead of just buying all the DSPs at once, I've just, when I place an order, I pop a couple of packs in, try them out. This one is Farmhouse. Is it Farmhouse? I want to say, oh, Festive Farmhouse. I was going to say it's Farmhouse Kitchen, but Farmhouse Kitchen was a programme that used to be on TV at lunchtime years ago. My mum used to love watching that. Better not start talking about my mum. Last time I started talking about it on a whole video, I ended up beaming my eyes out. Right, so these are the designs then. This is absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely plate. Actually, on the camera, it looks a bit different, but it's a lovely plaid design. Gorgeous, you can't go wrong. And lovely stars on the back, so, or snowflakey star. That could be used for any occasion. Doesn't have to be used for Christmas. That beautiful white whitewashed wood effect. That's what I want when I move house everywhere. There's a lovely striped one there. Again, these can be used for any occasion. Don't have to be for Christmas. That's beautiful. That's like old pyjamas. It's gorgeous. And again, there's a pinstripe sort of old olive that doesn't need to be. I think it's old olive. It might be garden, but it might even be spruce. And there's a closer together one that looks more like blinds. That's lovely. And little Christmas sort of sayings, mistletoe, North Pole, just words. It's nice. That's another gorgeous one. Lovely, that one. And then you just got like a chat design. Little stars, again, could be used for any occasion. Lovely stripes again. So yeah, there's some lovely papers in there. I did like that one as soon as I saw it, to be honest. It's nice and traditional, and like I say, it's kind of there's only really one paper in there, which would be just for Christmas, so quite a useful stack. Oh, and then I think this is the last thing. Yeah, and then I got this other DSP, which has used these for more of the photo images. This one is called All Is Bright, and I thought I'd ordered this last time I ordered something, but I didn't, so I don't know what went wrong there. Because I do like this one. This is one of those papers where it's got the photographic images. Sometimes I find them a little bit hard to use, to be honest. But then when I do get brave and I use them, you know, they come out really lovely. Oh, look at that, Jingle Bells. You know me, I love magic. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That is just Christmas, isn't it? You know, even if you're not making projects for these papers, they're fantastic backdrops for photographs. And there's a Ditsy Spotty paper with all different colours, which is really useful. I like this one. This is the one I wanted it for, because I've got an idea, something to do with that. And that's just more or less got a plain green piece. And you've got this bouquet, is it called bokeh effect? That's lovely, that. I like that. It's very sort of New Year-y, champagne bubbles kind of feel. I'm not quite sure what that one is. It looks just like an animal print of some sort, that one. This one's got little stars running across it. It's quite nice. Lovely colour. And then you've got stockings. And then you've got, is that a different, oh yeah, then you've got another, that kind of thing, but it's different. It hasn't got the bells on it. It's got like little frosted balls and no lights on it. And that's got a striped sort of red. That's really nice. This one's got sort of poinsettias, which are barely visible, but they're cute. And look at those. Gold, champagne coloured. I think they're all gold actually. It's just me imagining the champagne coloured baubles. And that's that one. So that's really, really lovely too. So yeah, so I thought that I'd just do a little, you know, just a mini haul really of, and just say, you know, about the basics. And this is kind of how you can build up your stash as well, and how you can make sure you're not running out of these staple goods. And you're maximising your, because you don't want to be paying £4.95 or whatever it is, £4.99 postage and packing for a couple of packs of dimensionals. So think about your staples and keeping them in stock. You know, think about things that you use a lot of and you don't want to run out of. Because sometimes at busy periods it can take a while for a Stampin' Up order to be processed and to arrive. In the UK the orders come from Germany. So you've got a couple, they're quite good though. I mean, I placed the order for this on, it's Thursday today, and I think I placed this order on Monday. No, I placed this order on Friday. So it's took nearly a week, which is long really, because I've ordered on Mondays before and it's been here on a Wednesday. But then again, other times I've placed an order and I've waited over 2 weeks for it. So when it's really busy, you can, you know, when the launch of a new catalogue or the launch of a new offer, you can wait a while for a delivery. So it's handy to stock up and have these basics. Your basics might be different to mine, but think about what your basics are, and think about the things that if you ran out of it, you'd be at a loss. Always check out the clearance rack and see, you know, when I'm placing a small basics order, I always think, is there anything, especially because when it arrives it's a little bit boring if all you've got is black and white cardstock and some blades and dimensionals and glue. So even if you haven't got a very high budget, just check out the clearance rack and see if there's something pretty or different that you can pop in there that's more of a, ooh, when it arrives, you know. So check out that. And then just, you know, have a look and think, is there one DSP stack that I like or one stamp set that I like, just to add in while I'm paying for the postage and packing? Or am I near a reward threshold? You know, have I popped in my staples, and like when we were doing the discount codes, if you spent over, was it £45? I think it was for every £45 you spent, you got a £4.50 discount code for the next month. So if you're kind of at £40, then look and see if there's something worth throwing in to take you over that threshold, so that you get your discount code or whatever. Or whether, you know, if you're like at £130 and you get special offers or extra money to spend if you pass the £150 threshold, you know. So think about those kind of things when you're placing your orders, and you know, always keep a mind on what your staples are. Be interesting to know what your staples are actually, because I often wonder, is everybody, you know, just Tombos, dimensionals, blades and white cardstock, or do other people just need to constantly buy something else? I always imagine that they're kind of the basics for everybody, but I suppose some people maybe, you know, use a lot of a particular ribbon, or maybe they use tons of embossing powder or something like that. So yeah, it'd be interesting just to know. If you want to just share in the comments what your staple go-tos are, really. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little video. I enjoyed making it. I always enjoy these chatty videos. Really enjoy them. So they can become quite addictive though, can't they? So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again very soon. And hopefully you'll see me using these items. You might see me use them before this video comes out, because I've got quite a few haul. I do my haul videos every Friday, and I've got quite a few haul videos sort of backed up. So yeah, you might see me use this before you see this actual video. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.